Good morning, everyone. Welcome to One Yard Wednesday, where we have fantastic fabrics for fabulous prices. So I hope you enjoy your show today. I am your host, Nancy Gierick, and I have my wonderful producer with me, Mr. KP. You gonna show yourself?
Oh,
there you go.
I've done this in a little bit. How are you this morning?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. It's a good, not quite beautiful day in Minnesota, but I'll take it.
We're not going to have many beautiful days for a while.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I guess maybe for you. It's
As long as we get
beautiful.
snow,
Sure.
I will be happy.
Beautiful.
Snow's beautiful. I don't know what you're talking about. Even the slushy, gross kind.
Oh,
Anyway, yes, again, that's Mr. KP, and I just want to say thank you all for watching and tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, and then if you know any quilters or sewists who love fabric, send them our way. Share this video, share this show with them, and we can get them some fabulous deals too. So, all right, so moving along, just a reminder that none of the sale prices will go live until after the show. So sit back, relax, enjoy your coffee, hot chocolate, caffeinated water. And
whatever you drink in the morning.
Whatever you drink in the morning. Your energy drink that's going to kill you, KP.
I'll stop.
Sure.
Eventually.
Sure, someday. Anyway, relax, and then after the show, you can get your great deals. So, okay, I have a question.
No, you don't.
I don't?
We have quilts on set first.
We do have quilts on set, and then I have a question. All right, behind me, I have the Holly quilt made out of chirp, and that just arrived the other day. The fabric did, and it was a pre-order. It's really cute. I love this pattern, number one. It's really fun to look at. And then number two, this fabric is super cute without being super cutesy. I don't know how to describe that.
I get what you're saying.
But yeah, it's a neutral.
I like it too.
Yeah, it's a neutral color palette, but like really fun, and that's not found very often. So I really like it. It's cute.
I think this one was kind of done a lot like the Pine Valley Holly.
Yeah.
And I really like how they turned out with the bright white and along with the bundle.
Yep, I agree. 100%. Looks great. So, and then behind KP, we have Strip to Shore.
Oh,
This is one of my favorites. Someday I want
Nice.
to attempt to make it. It intimidates me a little bit. And yeah, earlier this week we were having some heating issues in the building, and so I was cuddling up with this quilt. You all right over there, KP?
Yes, I was just shaking my head to our heating issues.
It was pretty frigid. I could almost see my breath. So,
Yes.
you know, at least we work in a place where we have a ton of quilts to stay warm.
Lots of things to keep us warm.
But okay, now moving to I have a question.
Now you can have a question.
Now I have a question. All right. So when I ask this, I would love it if you guys could comment on Facebook or YouTube. I'd love to see and hear your answers. All right. You ready?
Ready.
Everyone ready? All right. What is your favorite national park? Or if you haven't been to any, what is the top of your list? KP, have you been to any, first of all?
I have, and I lived, some of you guys might know this already, I think I've mentioned it, but I lived in Arizona for a few years, and so I made my way to Saguaro a few times, Saguaro National Park, which is also the name of those cactuses.
Cactus, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you knew that.
I know a few things.
Okay. But also, we were talking about this before the show. I also love Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota.
I have heard so many good things about that park.
Yeah,
I
it's a
gotta
lot
get
of
up there.
fun. And is Medora in the park, or is it?
I think the park is in Medora?
Yeah, that makes more sense. That's what I meant to say.
I don't know. But Medora, North Dakota, you guys are very lucky to have such a beautiful place. That's one of my lists. I have been to Voyagers, and I think I've driven through, I can't pronounce it, Saguaro, when I was like 13 or 14, but I didn't really appreciate it at the time. But my one I really want to go to is Isle Royale. It's this island up in one of the Great Lakes, like Michigan.
One
Maybe
of
it's
them.
Superior. I can't remember. Belongs to Michigan, but it should belong to Minnesota. Just my personal
Everything
opinion.
should belong to Minnesota.
Everything
right?
great should belong to Minnesota. But yeah, Isle Royale is top of my list.
I forgot. I also, when I was younger, I went to the Smoky Mountains, and that was amazing. But I also was like, I don't know, 8.
Yeah, but that is one of my lists too. I don't know, all of them are on my list, so it's not really fair to just try to narrow it down. But yeah, so national parks are wonderful, which brings me to today's collection. So we are doing National Parks Collection by Riley Blake. I think it is their second edition of it, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's their second edition. And these fabrics just really feature the very colorful and vibrant colors you can find in these national parks, along with the panels and the wildlife. It's just really pretty. So I'm really excited about this line, and I can't wait to show it to you. All right, so first fabric we have is the Grand Canyon National Park panel. And I'll do my best to show you on here, but we also do have full pictures. So it's upside down. All right, so this is the Grand Canyon National Park. Kind of give you a quick overview of it. Look how beautiful that is. And these bigger panels, I have it written down, are 35 inches by 43 and a half. So, and that's from the edge of that tan to the other edge of the tan. So you can make it smaller if you need to. But yeah, there you go. There's that full picture of it. So pretty. I was so close to the Grand Canyon when I was in Arizona, but my grandpa never took me.
I actually never went either when I lived
Seriously?
there. I know.
Wow.
And I even because I drove down there every time, and I don't know why I didn't just stop. It would have been very easy.
Our next panel is the Great Smoky Mountains. So I love those falls and that deer. And I really just love how it's made. Like, it almost looks like chalk or something, but really nice. Yeah, so that's the Great Smoky Mountains.
That one is really cool.
That is beautiful. All right, sorry, I'm trying to fold these in a nice,
These
organized
ones are a
way.
little bit harder to manage than 1 yards.
A little bit. All right, there we go. So far, so good, I guess, kind of. All right, so then next up, we have Denali. All right, I folded these all very differently, so that's on me. All right. So that's in Alaska, one of the more popular ones up there. Look at that beautiful wolf. I love this bright blue against that dark black,
looks really
brown.
nice.
There we go. Sorry about that. And those are the mountains.
We picked some of these based off of places that we've been to.
Yes, exactly.
Mr. GP went on a snowboard trip to Alaska last year.
Yes, lucky.
Yeah, I know.
So that's the full panel. And it's just beautiful. All right. Here we go. I'm just trying to organize a little bit. All right. The next one, which is the last one for these big panels, is Shenandoah. And this I have never been to, but there is a song called Shenandoah that we played in band that is still my favorite song ever. I did a senior project conducting it, and it just makes me so happy. So yeah, that is Shenandoah National Park. And this deer here on it is so pretty, and the overlook. So that is, of course, is on my list as well of places to go, just because of the song.
Where is that one?
I believe it's in Virginia. Correct me if I'm wrong, but.
Yes, does anybody out there know?
Okay. Anyone comment? Is it in Virginia?
You're too quick.
I'm sorry. I'm sure we'll find out. All right.
Yes, I'm sure.
Our next panel is a little different. It is for Florida National Parks, and it has 4 different ones. So it has the Everglades, dry tortugas, and then Biscayne and Biscayne. 2 for Biscayne. This one looks really cool. I don't love going underwater, but I might if I got to see those things. I might be brave.
Snorkeling in, where was I? Zihuatanejo, Mexico.
Ooh.
That was really, really cool. It was out on a catamaran.
That sounds a little scary, but good for you for being brave. I don't know.
I was a big boy.
I can try new foods occasionally, but water, I don't know, man.
Water scares you?
A little bit. Like, I've never learned how to submerge my head underwater. I had ear issues. I couldn't.
I get it. It's okay.
Long story. But anyway, so water kind of skeeves me out.
We got our answer. You were right.
Yes, Virginia. Yes.
Good job.
Thank you, Lynn.
You do know some things.
I do know some things here and there. I wanted to tell you the size for these panels. So they are 16¼ by 20 inches, and that is from the tan to the tan and to tan. So, yeah, that's really fun. I kind of want to go to dry tortugas because it seems really interesting, and it's the least visited national park.
Of all of them?
Of all of them.
Really?
Which surprises me. I would have thought Isle Royale would be.
Yeah.
But, or maybe some of the ones in Alaska, but no,
or
it's
maybe
dry
some
tortugas.
of the ones in Minnesota.
There's only one in Minnesota.
The one in Minnesota.
All right, and then our last panel is the California panel. So this one has pinnacles and sequoia. And then, let's see, Joshua Tree and Yosemite. Yosemite looks beautiful, and I really do want to see it, but it intimidates me on how much there is to see.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you would need to plan out your trip there like you would to Disney. Like, such detail. There's so much to see.
You gotta have an itinerary.
Exactly. It would stress me out. I'm more of a play it by ear kind of traveler, so. But yes, I do want to see it. Okay, so those are it for our panels, our big panels anyway.
My sister's commenting.
Whitney, you should just do it.
Yeah, why don't you start sewing?
With all the time you have, I'm sure.
Yeah. As
2
a new
young
mom
kids.
again.
Yep. All right, and then our next fabrics in this line, I really love this one. The official name is National Parks Posters Sand. We just call it the squares. But it has, I don't know if it has all of the national parks, but it has a good chunk of them. They even have Voyagers, which is often forgotten. Voyager or Virgin Islands, that's another rare one. Yeah, so I think it might have all of them. But it's really cool. The size of these, from that tan line to the tan line, is 3 1/8 by 4 inches.
I really like this one.
Yeah, it's fun, and there's so much you could do with it. All right, and then the last fabric in this line that we have is a nice kind of accent fabric, accompanying fabric. So this is called National Parks Map Brown, even though it's kind of tan. But it has topography, lakes, mountains, forests, and it would look really great with any of these panels. So,
that
really
one's a lot different than the other ones.
It is.
But I like it.
I like it. It's nice for sashing or maybe a backing, something like that. Okay, so I have a little quiz for you guys on national parks. Feel free to comment. KP, if you have anything, let me know if you know the answers.
I'll try. I don't
Without
want to
looking.
sound dumb, though.
All right. Anyone know how many national parks there are in the U.S.?
I don't think I can answer because I saw the script.
Do we have any guesses?
All right, let's see.
Sorry, you guys got to type quick. Excuse me. All right, I'll move along.
Yes, we'll give him a second.
We'll give you a second. And then the next question is, let's see. I already said Dry Tortugas is the most remote. Which park was the first national park?
That's a good question, too.
So
how many are there, and what was the first one?
Yeah.
Are the first two quiz questions?
Yes, first two. I have a couple more. I'm keeping it.
I see a few with the right answer.
Yeah?
I do.
You want to put one up?
We'll go with this one.
All right, Amy, you got it. 63 national parks in the United States. And then anyone know the first park?
The first one. I think I probably would have been on Barb's level. I probably would have said around 210 as well.
Yeah, so there's like 400 and some that are like
Monuments
national areas,
oh, really?
but only 63 that have the designated title of national park.
We got a winner for the, well, not a winner, I guess.
A right answer.
A right answer.
Yes, Yellowstone was the first one. Thank you, Linda, and anyone else who answered. I actually, a little known fact about me, I briefly was majoring in recreation, park, and leisure studies. I wanted to be a park ranger. Still would love to, but didn't happen for me. But so I learned a little bit about national parks. A little bit.
A little bit. I got a question, because I want you guys to know this one, too.
Yeah.
What's the most visited one? Do you have any guesses for that one?
I know.
Anybody out there?
We do happen to have a panel of it, which is why I chose it.
Oh.
You got a right answer?
Not yet. I chose it because I've been there. So that also is another hint. Oh, okay.
You got it?
We got it.
Smoky Mountains. That's right, Jean. Smoky Mountains.
I had no idea.
I know. I've been wanting to go to that one for a long time, but now that I know it's the most popular, it makes me want to go less. I'm very much a traveler who likes to go where no one else is.
You like the road less traveled?
I do like the road less traveled, but I would definitely go there if I had the chance. So I would not pass that up. Okay, moving along. What can you do with these panels or this fabric? Because panels are notoriously, some people love them, and some people have a hard time with them. So first off, I want to give you an idea for this little panel one, this one. And my thought was the grab and go tote. You could do it without actually like having to piece those pieces on the side. And you could just straight line quilt it. And I will show you the one we have. All right, on the overhead. Sorry. So this is one of our grab and go totes. And you could just use these instead of these squares and just straight line quilt. Just like that. And then I would use this map fabric for the interior. So that's my idea with those.
I really like that idea. You didn't tell me that before that. I love it.
I'm just surprising everyone all the time. So yeah, that was one of my ideas. And then for the bigger panels, I was thinking some great quilts you could make. So I like to use the panel, and then you could use blocks just to make a border and make it look a little more interesting than just border after border. So some good options would be, let's see, Stella, Bellatrix, Savannah, Emma is always a popular one. Yeah, so some of those as some border blocks I think would look really great. And then what I'm doing, I'm very excited about this one. I am making this for a friend who has been to a ton of national parks. And so I am using that California panel. And then I'm using the stripologized blocks for center, for those little pieces, for the ones that aren't bigger. So yeah, I'm using blocks 2 and 3, and I'm putting the little squares in the middles. So I'm not doing that part, I'm just using the square and I'm doing the 12-inch block. So let me show you how those are turning out. So I have one, thank you, Renee. I have one for Arches so far, and then Crater Lake. And I'm just using kind of a neutral background. And then I had the idea, maybe I'm going to kick myself about this, but I really like to coordinate the fabrics I'm using with that particular little square. So I like that. And since there's so much color in the bigger panels, I think it'll work out well. So it won't clash, won't look weird. So that's
the good thing
my
getting
plan.
fabric is easy for you.
I know, right? I literally, these were made of scraps that we had laying around. So
we got a lot.
We got a little bit. Excuse me. So I wanted to show some other fabrics that will go with it. Although honestly, this is great for all your scraps because there are so many colors. All right, let me move those. So to start off with, some of these neutrals are really nice to have. So this is Still More Paper Scattered Eggshell. And that goes really nice with that kind of that tan that's on all of them. Up here too, you can't see, but I'll get there. There we go. So some of that tan, it matches really well. And it's low volume, so it's not distracting. And then another neutral kind of tan color is Vertex Weave Ivory. This was a color club, I believe. And that goes really well too.
You're right. It was. It was part of sand.
There we go. Yep. And then the Seedling Sage is also just a really nice neutral. It goes just about with anything. Any of the panels and with that map. All right. A darker color would be Grunge Marionberry Pie. I especially like it for the Shenandoah panel. Matches those mountain ranges perfectly. And then, honestly, any of them, it goes really well with. So then this was another color club. This is called Serenity Yellow. I think it was part of Butter Color Club. It's just a nice soft yellow that is in a lot of the fabrics here. And then Bumbleberry's English Mustard is a good match as well. I especially liked it for the Great Smoky Mountains one. Then we have Grunge Cobbler. This is really nice for some of those desert panels. I have a few more, bear with me. Then I used, let's see, Glaze Raindrop on this one. And I always look for glaze to use because it's my favorite. So I succeeded. Then there's Chalk and Charcoal Walnut. This goes really nice with some of those browns. Oops, sorry, I'm running out of space. And then this was a color club as well. This is Lime Burlap. Was it from the Olive Color Club, I think?
Was it Olive or was Moss one of them too?
Moss was, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I think this was Olive.
From Olive. And then, let's see, Seedling Huckleberry is a really nice one too for some of those mountains and stuff off in the distance. And then for binding, I was thinking, this is from, I think, last week's One Yard Wednesday. The Wool Check Light Green and Dark Blue might make really good bindings or sashings. So whatever floats your boat. I really like these. So those are my suggestions. Honestly, you could probably go through your scraps and find, half a dozen that match because there's so many colors in these panels.
Yeah,
so,
really, I think a lot of different colors and anything would look good with some of these panels.
Exactly. That's why I'm being a little creative with my stripologized blocks, is because, I just like to play with color and see what works. And I'm excited to finish it someday soon, hopefully.
How many of those are you going to do?
I want to do all of the state parks that my friend has been to. I think I counted like 40 something.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to do a whole bunch and then get my placement around the panels, and then anything extra, if there is anything extra, I'm going to put on the back. If I am short, I want to do the stripologized, I don't know what block it is, but it has flying geese. So there's no like center square for anything, but maybe I can work that in It'd be perfect if there was 4 and I could put them in the corners. We'll see. I'm just kind of playing it by ear.
Gonna sew till your hands hurt?
Exactly. It'll be fun.
We got a question.
Yeah, I love questions. Is the wool check a cotton fabric? It is. I think last week someone asked if it was wool. It is not. It is good, solid quilting fabric. Cotton fabric, not flannel, not wool, cotton. So yeah. All right. Where are we? Oh, I've got a notion. All right, so my notion for this week is the Cluck Cluck Sew diagonal seam tape. If you want to go to the overhead Kobe or KP, this is what it is from a company called Cluck Cluck Sew, and this is basically just washi tape that you line the red line with your needle, and then the black lines on each side show your 1/4 inch seam.
Running away.
I did a little video. I really like to use this when joining my binding strips together. It helps keep my eye in a certain spot to make sure it don't wiggle. So yeah, I have a little video, and I'm going to talk over it and what I'm doing. So that's what it looks like on the machine when you get it all good to go. And then I am joining binding, and I don't know if you can see it, but I'm pointing to where the end of the square is underneath. And so you want to sew from corner to corner. And this, I put my bottom corner along that red line, and I sew, and it helps keep it straight and keeps me from guessing. That's awesome, Sharon. Yeah, it's a great little notion, and I've seen it on a lot of tutorials where they're sewing as well. So yeah, it's really great. It's 10 yards of washi tape. Do you have a question, KP? No? Okay.
I was counting you down.
He was counting me down. I didn't realize it.
But yeah. Doing producer things.
Yes, I know. I'm just not fluent in producer talk. But yeah, it's a great little notion. Like I said, there's 10 yards of that washi tape. And the company recommends that you replace it either after every project or maybe every month or so, because it can leave residue on your machine. So if you replace it pretty frequently, it won't. But yeah. So let's see. Anything else I need to say about that? No. Yeah. Just replace it, and it's 10 yards, and it's really, really handy, especially for joining those bindings. All right. So is there an outro to that?
There is.
So that's my notion of the week. Thank you guys for putting up with me and my general lack of knowledge on how to do 1 Yard Wednesday.
We are doing great.
You know, I only do it every 3rd time or so. So yeah, it's not like perfect hair where it's right on. But anyway, to recap, the quilts on set today. Behind me is Holly in the Chirp fabric, which is available online. And then behind KP, we have Strip to Shore. Strip to Shore is available in both paper and PDF. And Holly is available in the Stripology Quickies book. So, all right, and then we got our fabrics. I messed them all up already, so it won't be very pretty.
We can just run through the pictures.
Perfect. I would love that. So first we have Great Smoky Mountain. Nope. Okay. We have the California panels right there with Yosemite, Joshua Tree, Pinnacles, and Sequoia. Then we have the Florida panels with Biscayne. Am I saying that right? Someone correct me if I'm not.
I think you are.
I think I am. I'm going to go with it. Everglades and Dried Tortugas. And then we have the beautiful Shenandoah panel for Stony Man Cliff in Virginia. Then there's Denali. That one would be a great one to go to. What an adventure.
Yes, seriously. Would you rather go in the winter or in the summer?
Ooh, maybe the summer.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, like I love winter, but Alaskan winters I think might be a little too much for me. Maybe. We'll see.
Probably.
And then there's Great Smoky Mountains. the most popular one. And then the Grand Canyon. I love the oranges in that. And then our other 2 1-yards, we have these little, what is it called? National Parks Posters Sand. And this is cut in 1 yard. So it's not a panel. Some things will be cut off, just so you know. But yeah, great. And then this one is National Parks Map Brown. So awesome additions to those panels. And I hope you like them, because I do. All right. I think that's about it for today. Just wanted to reiterate, I am using the Stripologized blocks 2 and 3 for my little project on my borders, with a ton of help from Master Your Stripology Rulers book. So, highly recommend it. This is the first time I've done quarter square triangles, which seems ridiculous because I've been quilting for so long, but I've always been a little scared of them. So this book has been really, really helpful, and the videos that come with it too. So yeah, highly recommend. Let's see. Oh, one thing I did want to bring up before we go today is the perfect pairing boxes. So those make a really great gift either to yourself or to a quilting friend. We are running low on some of them, so if you were thinking about it, now is the time to grab them. We will start shipping them on December 9th. So some have already sold out, and then there's a couple left of the remaining ones. So make sure you snatch them up. They're a great deal with lots of fun stuff in it. So yeah, that's about all I have for today. I hope you grab your Stripology ruler and make something wonderful. Thanks for joining. Bye.